Guys, it's me. I'm back.
What's up, party people?
We're like, Mads, come on. All right, this show is taking a turn for the. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Monster Bass Live. We got a killer show for you today. We got Tyler Berger on the show. We're going to talk a little bit about the Carolina rig and some of the other things that showed up in this month's box. As always, I want to thank our sponsor, Liquid Death, for keeping us hydrated. And I also want to thank the law enforcement agencies in Alex Rudd's hometown for, I don't know if they ID'd him for drinking water or if it was a store. I can't remember. But either way, he got carded for drinking water. All right. It's been a, if I'm being honest with you guys, it's been a heck of a day. So on Wednesdays and Thursdays, Rafi and I drive to the office. The office is 14 miles from my house. This morning, it took me 4 hours. I can't even make this stuff up. It took me 4 hours to go 14 miles. Everywhere you turn, there was traffic. And it wasn't until about 3 hours in that I find out that the 405 has been shut down. A couple lanes have been shut down because a California Highway Patrol officer evidently shot and killed somebody. And so there's a crime scene on the 405 shutting everything down. And so I literally I left my house at 7:30 this morning. I didn't get there till 11:30. And I would have turned around if I didn't have a show tonight. So I got to tell you, it threw everything off. I mean, I looked at Rafi. Rafi looked at me, and it was both like, we were both just like, what the, just frazzled. Like, your morning shot, your day's shot. But we got a great show, and I'm really excited to be here. We weren't on last week. I apologize. That's Jared's fault. Anytime something goes wrong, I blame it on someone else. It can't be my fault. I'm the guy. It's my show, so I blame Jared. So, yeah, I'm blaming Jared next week. So, next week I won't be here. It's Jared's fault, but really it's my son's. I'm going to blame my son. So tomorrow I'm flying over to D.C., with him and one of his buddies and his buddy's mom. And we're going to tour Georgetown, Virginia, Duke, North Carolina, Vanderbilt. I think we're going to roll through Clemson because I want him to see a school with like a big football program, so we can get a sense of what kind of college campus he wants to go to. He definitely won't pick the one that I would have gone to because I definitely had a lot more fun in college than he will. He takes his gifts very seriously, whereas I use those gifts, but sometimes I use my superpowers for evil. Anyway, all right. So my guest today is, as you know, his name's Tyler Berger, and we just talked for the first time. He's new to the team, and I'm really excited. He puts out some really great content. So if you haven't checked him out, you're gonna hear his story today. We're gonna learn a little bit about him, and we're gonna talk about the baits that came in this month's bag. That's right, the bag. Now the bag is only back for 1 month. I can't get more. It's coming, but I can't get a consistent flow because there's a war going on in Russia. What you don't know is because there's a war going on in in the Ukraine. You don't know that China shut down. That's right. COVID cases are through the roof. They shut down Shanghai for 2 straight weeks. Like nobody in the streets, nothing. FedEx, DHL, FedEx shut down. Like it's skyrocketing over there. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that we don't have to go back to masks and everything because there's already talk about that here in California. But most of you don't live in California, so you don't have to deal with that. Maybe T-Rex, but Mr. Gambit, too. I mean, can you imagine if we made him put a mask on and he had to do the promotions? Oh, my God, that'd be funny. What else are we going to talk about today? Oh, we're going to bring in Jeremy Francis. He's got a surprise for us today. I'm super excited about this because I haven't seen it. He got a new boat, or he did something to the boat. I'm excited to hear about that. But like I said, we're going to bring on Ty Berger in a bit, and we're going to open the phone lines shortly thereafter. If you've got a question about the baits that you received in the box, or in the bag for that matter, that's what this show's for. This show's for you to call in, ask questions about how you'd rig it, how you'd retrieve it, how you'd throw it, whatever you want. Or you can just call in and just ask Ty what his favorite snack is when he's out on the water. I don't really care. But if you've got questions about the baits we send you, we're here to help. And that's why we got sticks like Ty on the phone. Because we're not just talking about some guy that makes videos on YouTube. This guy's a stick. And we're going to hear about this as we talk today. So why don't we, let's not waste any more time. Oh, my dog's sleeping right here. I could bring him over, but, I don't think you guys really care. I do. All right, let's do this. I quickly want to look in the chat, see some of my favorite people. Oh, my God, there's so many good people here. Gramps, Fishing with Cotton. Oh, my goodness. T-Rex is there with his new sticker, Mr. Gambit. Stacy Smith, welcome. It's your first time. We're excited to have you. As always, the chat is monitored by the world's greatest customer service. Now, why do I say that? Because I know that it is. So anyone out there, when you see it on YouTube and you say customer service never got back to me, it's horse crap. Horse crap. They respond to everybody, and we solve your problems as if they were our own. So let's give a big warm welcome to Bethany Rudd, and we'll make Rudd rich a little bit. And is there a super chat today, or should we? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we can kick it off prepping for Mental Health Awareness Month.
All right. Yeah, let's do that. So just so you guys know, May is going to be May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we're going to do something pretty special with a veterans organization called Mission 22, because, suicide amongst our veterans is a really big thing. And it's something that I think we need to bring greater awareness to. Because what is it, Rafi? Every day, 22 veterans commit suicide?
That's the average.
22 veterans commit suicide. That's crazy to me. I just can't even imagine that. I mean, they sacrifice so much for us, and we got to do our best. So every dollar for a super chat gets entered into a drawing. We got some boxes in the garage full of stuff, and we're going to take all that money. We're going to add it to the donation we're going to make in May to this organization, and we're going to say a big thank you in advance for anyone that helps us out during the super chat. So let's not wait any longer. Fixie, you ready? You got to push a button, or you got to work some magic to bring them in, or? All right, let's bring in our guest, Ty Berger. How's it going, man?
Whoa, here we are.
How's it going?
Made it.
Yeah.
It's going well. I was actually just emailing Jared real quick because I thought there was an issue because I was having a real bad echo. And I'm like, oh, no, this is not good. But I found that I had some random screen pulled up on my computer that was the Monster Bass YouTube, and it was playing live. And I'm like, what? Oh, okay. So I'm really happy I figured that out because I was like, it was bad there for a little bit.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not going to sit here and listen to myself for an hour.
Oh, it would have been so bad. So I'm really happy that I figured that out. So
Right on.
my mistake, but
Right.
it's going good, man. It's going well. Things are starting to get a little warmer here in Ohio, where I'm located.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's the big thing. We all know as anglers in the spring, once things start getting warmer, things start blooming, that's when things start happening. So it's been very slow this year for us, very slow. So the water literally just hit 50 degrees on kind of my home bodies of water.
Okay.
So it's just creeping up there.
And so what are you throwing when you go out and you hit the water right about now, what are you throwing?
Well, it depends on the fishery that I'm fishing. But one of the best lures in cold water is the standard Ned rig. It's hard to beat. I kind of have a category, a characteristics for lures when they're in cold water, and that is slow, subtle, and small. And if you can kind of hit those three things, I think you tend to get at least a lot more bites. You can catch fish on jigs this time of the year. and stuff like that. But if you throw a finesse jig, you might get more bites. And in Ohio, just getting more bites is what helps you a lot of times because, for us, the bass populations are not that big. So you really have to just have to catch as many fish as you can to be able to get some of those better quality fish a lot of times. So getting bites is important. And so Ned rig is a good one. A finesse jig is a good one. There are a couple of lakes where I'm going to throw like a tight wiggling crankbait, kind of like a Fritz side.
Like a flat side. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And of course you got your jerk bait. One of my favorite jerk bait lakes right now, though, is pretty much blowing out chocolate milk. So what can you do?
So what's your PB?
Well, my PB is 8 pounds, 5 ounces.
Where'd you catch it?
Not a monster. Actually, here in Ohio.
Really? That's pretty good for Ohio.
It was, but it was in a private lake. So it's kind of cheating, I guess you can say.
Listen,
so.
I never think it's cheating. If you catch an 8-pounder, you catch an 8-pounder. You're part of the 8-pound club. So
yeah. Well, it was a fortunate to be an 8-pound fish because its body was about a 6-pound fish, but it's just a blimp, just an absolute stud. So I've caught several in the 7-pound range down in Florida when I've been down there. But I've never caught a true like 9, 10. 10 is kind of like, the pinnacle when it comes to largemouth. You want to catch a 10-pound largemouth. You want to catch maybe a 6-pound smallmouth. I've caught a 6-pound smallmouth, so I'm happy there. But man, a 10-pound largemouth, I've actually been thinking about doing a series kind of around that. If you guys know Tyler's Real Fishing, he just did a whole series, and we were talking right before that. I'm like, he was saying how he was going to do this. I'm like, dude, I've been thinking about the same thing, but he's followed through and he's doing it, and it's going really well for him down in Texas. I mean, guys catching 10-pounders, 14-pounders all over the place. So.
Yeah, he's been catching some big ones lately.
Yeah,
but he's also at an advantage because he is in Texas.
Yeah. It's always, it's still a 10-pound fish. It's still, they are still difficult. You still have to almost hunt them. But being in Texas, there's a lot more than any lake in Ohio. Like I actually just talked to a guy at the boat ramp like 2 days ago, and he back in 2007, he caught an 8-pound, 5-ounce bass on a local reservoir, and it was by far the biggest bass that had ever been weighed in. And it just happened to be this guy at the boat ramp. I didn't know that. He brought it up, and I'm like, dude, I remember that because, just like any state, you have fishing forums, and I remember it showing up on the fishing forum back in 2007. And then he was telling me how he caught it actually muskie fishing and all this stuff. So it is crazy. Ohio's not the place to come catch 10-pounders. It's the place that maybe, help you mentally when you're going 7 hours without getting bites, but it's still fun. It's still fun.
So for those that aren't familiar with your story, because, a lot of times people just see people on YouTube making videos and they're like, oh, he's a YouTuber. You're a pretty decent stick. And there's a story behind it too, right?
I'm not going to claim to be a professional by any means. So, I fish, my background is tournament fishing. That's just growing up. Like I can remember watching the Bassmasters a lot between the ages of like 12 and 14. And that got me hooked. I was like, I want to fish for a living. I want to be a professional bass fisherman. I literally remember the fish catch that I was watching on TV when it happened, when I'm like, that's what I want to do. And it was actually Harold Allen catching a spotted bass under a water trampoline. And we happened to have the same water trampoline in my parents' backyard because they had a pond in their backyard. So that was really kind of I remember I was 13, 14 when this happened. I had always fished, but never hardcore bass fished. And I was like, man, I want to do this. And then, fortunately for me, I was able to just grow up fishing pond. The pond in my backyard. Those fish were extremely educated. Every new lure that came out, I was throwing everything at them, from little baits to and the big fish in this particular pond was 2.5 pounds. We had names for all of them. We had Scarface and Big Thumper, and we had all these stupid little names growing up. But
that's amazing.
But I remember so around that, when I was 15, I have an uncle that lives in Florida, and he has always tournament fished. And he got me into my first tournament. And I can just remember being like, man, I want to just catch a fish. I just want to catch a fish today, because I was so nervous, like, going into this tournament. I've never fished a tournament before when I was 15. And it ended up being a really good day. I actually caught our first keeper, and then I caught our two biggest, which were two 4-pounders. But I lost an 8-pounder. This was on the St. Johns River, and I lost an 8-pounder that day. That would have given us first place and big bass. But of course, we finished first place out of the money, and that's when I learned the term "first place loser" from my uncle. So that was it. Like, I remember after that, like, I wanted to get into every tournament that I could. I was like obsessed. And so I fished a ton locally. And then I started fishing the Bassmaster Opens as a co-angler. So I fished a couple of years as a co-angler and did that. And then I took a break. I didn't fish the co-angler for a while, and I wish I had, but I took a break because I just so badly wanted to jump over to the boater side and start fishing. And like, my dream is not only just to fish tournaments, but it's to get on the Elite Series. And so that's what I've been wanting to do. So anyways, somewhere in the time of like 2014, I jumped over to the boater side, finally had enough money to at least pay for a season. And I started fishing the Opens, on the boater side. And the Opens, they are a gauntlet. If you guys pay attention to them, I know on the West Coast kind of gets shunned from some of the open events, but the Bassmaster Opens, they're a gauntlet, man. I mean, you got all kinds of guys fishing in those that are really good fishermen. I mean, equally as good as some of those guys that are fishing on, the Elite Series and Major League Fishing, the guys that we see on TV. But with that being said, you learn a ton fishing those Opens. That's what I loved about it, because I fished everywhere from New York to Mississippi to Alabama to Florida. I mean, all over the place. The Carolinas, I got to fish blueback herring lakes for spotted bass, largemouth, smallmouth. I got to fish for it all. And you just absorb and you learn so much about fisheries, how they set up, about bait fish, whether it's a goby, a Cisco, an ALY, a golden shiner, whatever it is, you just learn so much being out there, and that's what I love about it. Like, yeah, you're paying a lot of money to be in tournaments. You're not always going to be winning a lot of money in these tournaments, but you're learning a ton, and so, but anyways, I went into, I studied marketing at the High State. And real quick, I tell everyone on a live or a podcast that I've been on, just cut me off when you need to cut me off, because I will just keep going. So just anytime you're like, all right, bring something else up, whatever, just cut me.
Yeah, no worries.
But anyways, I went to High State University, studied marketing there. And right after I graduated High State, I got a marketing job. This was before I started fishing the Opens. And I learned a lot about the marketing side. My specific role and kind of what I fell in love with on marketing was actually called pay-per-click marketing, paid search. And so my goal at the company, I became the pay-per-click manager there, and I basically built campaigns for companies to get found on Google and then after that on Facebook and Instagram. So it helped me learn a lot about things like click-through rates and, not necessarily retention, but on Google, like if somebody clicks on your website, they want to have a good website experience. Those things help bring your costs down, which means you're going to do better for your client. You're going to make them more money. They're going to be more happy. They're going to want to put more money in, and that's how you keep doing it. So I did that at a company. I also did it freelance. And then, when it comes to YouTube, like I kind of dabbled in YouTube like 7-8 years ago. I just put up a video, and then I put up another video that was like this generic I did a top 4 baits. Not a top 3, not a top 5. Sure. I did a top 4, just to kind of make people mad, which it actually does make people mad when you do that kind of stuff. It's like kind of funny. But anyways, it blew up. That video, it was a top 4 baits of fall fishing video, and it blew up, and I didn't even know. Like for years, like it had got several views, like thousands of views, and I kind of came back.
How many views does it have now? Ballpark. I don't need an exact.
It's probably like at 160, 170, 170,000. you know? And so, but like it got 30, like the year that I posted it, nothing happened. The second year it got 30,000 views. The fourth year it got another 30,000 views, and so on. And I honestly didn't know this. And then I came back to YouTube and like one day, and I'm like, because I don't have it on the same account as like some of my emails and stuff that I have set up. And so I came back to it one day and I'm like, holy crap, I got like 600 subscribers. I'm like, what in the world's going on? And so I like looked, and then I started to realize what was happening. And so then like every fall for the next like 3 years, because I had that one video that kept doing well, I would try to post more videos during the fall, but it would only be like 1 or 2.
Right.
And then 2020 happened. So like fast forward, I'm done marketing, and I'm fishing the opens, trying to qualify for the elites. I end up being the first guy out of the elite series twice. I actually tied Greg DePalma 1 year, and Greg DePalma went to the elites, and Tyler Berger stayed home. So, you know, that stinks, but like, you know, I believe that God has a plan for everything. And with that being said, if I had gone to the elite series at that time, I probably would have never done anything with YouTube. And now where it is now, to me, it's just a blessing, because I was so upset when that happened. But, you know, like I said, God's timing's perfect. And I started doing YouTube in 2020. I said to myself, I'm going to start posting some videos. So in 2020, I only did like 30 videos throughout the year. But I actually got the channel to be about 5,000 subscribers.
It's great.
And then in 2021, last year, I told myself, I actually decided not to fish the opens. Me and my wife, we had a discussion, and we're like, let's not fish the opens, because we have a kid, we have another kid on the way, and we're trying to get into a house. So just a lot financially, right? And so like the opens cost you 12 grand minimum to fish them, you know? And so we decided to not do the opens, which it stunk at the time, but again, it's a timing thing. So I told myself, I'm like, I'm going to post 2 to 3 videos a week on YouTube, regardless of how bad they are. Like, I do not care. Right. I just don't care. I just want to be consistent. I want to learn it, because maybe I can start making a little bit of money at it. And
so what happened?
And then in 2021, I mean, I started in February, and I'll kid you not, by March. So within a month and a half, I had gotten like over 600,000 views. And it was like, man, it felt like blessings. It felt like just someone's hand was in it other than mine, because it just blew up really quick. And then it kind of came back down, and then it just kind of came back up and stayed really steady, you know. And I just kept posting. And at the time while I was posting in 2021, I had stopped working my marketing job. And I had started working with a company called Columbus Barrel Company. And they're a local company. It's actually my best friend that owns it. And he takes old bourbon barrels and just makes them into different products. Like, for instance, this hat here, that's a piece of wood that's off of a bourbon barrel. So like, he does all kinds of little things like that. Yeah, it's very unique business. And I actually worked with him while I fished the opens for all those years, because it allowed me to take off a lot of time, because I needed a lot of time. Sure. I didn't need just 2 weeks of vacation or whatever. Most jobs, 2-3 weeks. So anyways, he allowed me to be able to take off a lot of time. And then even when YouTube started blowing up, like, he allowed me to take off a day every week to focus on it. And so like, I just kind of was able to do that. And like, I just, again, it was opportunities were there. It started blowing up. And now here, like, I think in September is when I kind of went more full-time, trying to do YouTube, trying to do content creation. And that's kind of where I'm at. So,
okay. And so all of that happens because you were the bridesmaid, not the bride, and ended up not making the tour.
Yeah.
As a guy sitting, I mean, you can look at that as I look at that as a blessing in a number of different ways, because here's the thing. The moment you make the tour, you are so much more desirable than 75% of the guys out there. Mm-hmm. Because I'll tell you what, the jersey on the logo on the jersey doesn't sell my baits. Yeah. It doesn't. listen, sure, you win a tournament and you tell them you're fishing a Monster Bass Seeker 6. Okay, they sell out at Tackle Warehouse. But the reality is, it's all the other stuff. It's all the promotion. And if you can tell them that you can tell your sponsors you got your built-in promotion channel, home run.
Yeah.
When I first got into this industry, I used to tell everyone, I was like, I'll be honest, the only pro that I care about, let me choose my words differently. There are pros that can fish, and there are pros that can fish and promote, and it's not one and the same. Take KVD out of it because that guy's just he's a brand. I mean,
he's a freak.
Yeah, but it was guys like Scott Martin, right? Like that guy. I mean, he's got his own. He had his own production crew. He's got his own channels. He leverages social media probably like nobody else. And I remember like talking to guys, and they'd be like, "Oh, I want $25,000," and I'd be like, "For what? For the chance for you to win a tournament and stand up there with my little logo down here?"
Yeah.
So I think you're right. There was a plan for you, and I think when you do make the elites, I think you're going to be pretty well set up. Forget, all the things that you've learned along the way from fishing the opens and everything else, but also having that social media background and having the built up channels is going to play really nicely for you. So
yeah,
congratulations.
No, I hope so. Like my plan is to go back to opens hopefully next year
Yeah.
and try to qualify, and I'm going to document all of it, of course, as I go on, and that's kind of what I want to do. Like I would love to do that, but you're right. I mean,
I have to interrupt you for a minute. Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
What about Jeremy? He's here. Oh, where is he? I told you he was here. Oh, I didn't even hear you. Ty, we got to jump. We got to add someone here to the conversation because I know he's got to go to baseball practice. Let's bring in our good friend. Okay, but can we see him first? Can I? All right. So we're gonna bring in Jeremy from Fishing the Lone Star, who got a new boat or something. I want to see it. Where is he? Oh,
what's happening, guys? Check that out.
Wow.
Does that not look legit? Now, it's not a new boat, right? That's actually only like a year and a half old, so it's kind of new. But the wrap is brand new as of this week. It literally has not even touched the water yet. That's how new it is. Like,
wow.
It is brand spanking new. And, man, look at that.
That's amazing.
If you look real close to, you'll see contour lines in gray behind the blue.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
It's pretty sweet. It is pretty sweet.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the guys at Tyler Wrap Company in Tyler, Texas did it and did an amazing job.
Wow. That looks so Rick, good. Yeah.
Thank you for letting me, rep Monster Bass as much as you allow me to.
Oh, no, thank you. It's my privilege and my honor. Have you? So thank you. That looks beautiful.
Pretty darn awesome. I will say I can't wait. It's almost too nice to even get out and fish in. When you think about the lakes that are around me, they're full of timber and trees.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what happens the first time you go over something like that? Are they pretty scratch resistant? Or are you gonna tear a slice right through it?
They tell you to stay off the timber. So,
oh my God.
I'm gonna have to kind of be very dainty around the trees.
Oh my God.
Oh, and Tyler, what's up, man? It's the first time we've gotten to meet or talk. Just want to say hello.
Yeah, how's it going, Jeremy? Great looking boat, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. She's very pretty. What's awesome too is the wrap. So, Rafi, this is. I'm sorry, not Rafi. Rick. This is how you know it's meant to be. So this blue color that you see in the wrap itself, is the blue in your color palette of your logo, right? So you got Monster Bass Orange, Monster Bass Blue. The top portion of the boat that you see here, the top rail or the top portions you see in the photo, it is not wrapped.
It's not?
It's not wrapped. It just so happened to be that my boat is almost the same identical color as Monster Bass Blue. So it just blends and meshes just extremely well.
That's amazing.
Couldn't be better.
I wish I could take credit for those colors, but the true story is I was sitting here when I came up with the company. I was like, they're telling me all these colors, and I'm like, and I didn't like any of the color palettes that anyone picked. And so I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm from Syracuse. What is Syracuse University colors? And so I went and I found their style guide, and I pulled the Syracuse University orange. I'm like, there you go. Make the logo orange, and that's what we're gonna
Hey, it's pretty darn close to. That's not Tennessee orange. That's Texas orange. It's pretty darn close to Texas orange. So I can get with that.
Oh, you might have offended somebody. I mean, we do have the Ohio State University on over here.
That's right.
Wait, I had to tell a quick story, and then I'm going to jump to take my son to baseball practice.
Okay.
First of all, for anyone who's watching the video right now, the live stream, you're the first one to see the wrap below. I've not shared it to Instagram, social media. I'll have a YouTube video coming where I'll kind of take you behind the scenes in the shop where it was done, give you a full walkthrough, up close, pictures, etc. But for you guys watching, I know there's many times that many guys are always wondering like how to partner with a company, from a partnership perspective, call it pro staff, call it partnership, call it a sponsorship, whatever you want to call it. But right, everyone's always asking that question. I know I get asked a lot, and I'm not even, a company, with the product per se, but Rick, I know you get asked a lot. And I think it's important to tell the backstory of kind of what led to this. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take like maybe 30 seconds to a minute to this.
Do whatever you want.
So Rick, probably 2 months after you started selling boxes, maybe somewhere in there, I remember emailing you, and I put together an email and basically said, here's, what I'm asking. I'm not asking to be, compensated or paid. Would love to, I am a current subscriber. Would love to get a discount, see where it goes. I want to show you that I can, market your brand, that I can represent you well. And from there, hope it grows into more, right? That was almost verbatim the email that I sent you.
Yeah.
You replied back and said, sure, let's give it a go. Present day on Instagram, I have somewhere around 37,000 followers. That particular time, I think I had maybe 8,000 followers, somewhere in there. So it wasn't like, Rick was looking at any stats going, man, this guy's, going to do well in terms of promoting. But he gave me a chance. I stuck to my word as well. That's been, I think we're going on, 2.5, almost 3 years now.
Yeah, almost.
And, went from, being a subscriber to a subscriber with a discount to a subscriber who's now, making some Monster Bass videos here and there, as is Tyler. And now, to someone who's got the logo on the side of the boat and driving around town representing an even bigger way. So pretty cool. But I think it's important to understand exactly how people sometimes get to this. You got to kind of see where people started from the beginning, which, Tyler, I appreciate you sharing as well, kind of where you're at too with YouTube. That is inspiring to me as I'm looking to grow that aspect of social media as well.
Yeah, well, listen, I appreciate everything you've done for the company. I mean, like you said, started out with a discount and you build that relationship, and then over time it just grows and grows and grows. I think it's just like you said, it's a two-way street. It's a good lesson. It's a good lesson for everyone out there that just wants to call in and write and ask for something free.
Yeah, and next year, I'll get 25,000 for the logo on my jersey. So
Perfect.
I'm never gonna retire.
Yeah, you had to run out by Rafi.
I gotta take more vitamins then.
All right, guys. Tyler, thanks for letting me interrupt your spotlight here. I will hop off, let you guys have at it. But thanks for the opportunity. Keep rocking. And if you're in Dallas or ever see me around, guys, you're on the video, come say hello. We'd love to even fish with you. So come up on the boat, let's fish. And everyone else behind the scenes there, Ricky as well. See you in May at the tournament. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, likewise.
All right, see you guys.
All right, thanks, Jeremy.
All right, bye.
Wow, that boat. That's something pretty dope.
That's looking super sharp.
Yeah. What do you say we take out? We've had a caller on the line for 19 minutes waiting to talk to you.
Wow.
Let's
take a call.
Let's take a call. But all right, folks. So the phone lines are open. If you got a question about the baits that came in this month's box, now's your chance. A couple golden tickets. So we're gonna give away some golden tickets. If you're new to the show, it's your first time. Every bag or box comes with an individually numbered golden ticket. I'm going to read it out. If I call your name, email us at marketing@monsterbass.com, and we'll pack up a big box full of crap out of my garage, and you can have it. I promise you it'll be pretty good. All right, the first golden ticket is V2084Y10183. The second one is C7183B2194. And I want to thank Liquid Death again for keeping me hydrated, our sponsor. So, did you win?
No, but it would have been really funny if I
That would have been funny. Fixed. All right. Hey, you don't know Stuart Flattery, do you?
Stuart Flat. I don't think so.
Flaherty was the mayor of Westerville, Ohio.
No, I know Westerville, Ohio. I mean, I'm through there all the time, but.
All right. Well, we threw it out there. It's Rafi's uncle. So.
Oh, Rafi was saying something. I know he had a lot of connections in Westerville when I met up with him down in Florida. So.
Sure. All right, let's go to the phone lines here. And I also want to say, before we do, I want to say thank you to Rippin' Lips, Fishing with Kyle, Real Appalachian Angler, and Caro Ferg. I want to say thank you for your donations, your Super Chat donations. They are going to go to a really great veterans organization that we really care deeply about. So thank you very much. All right, let's open the phone lines. He's been waiting 21 minutes.
That's my mom.
Yeah, we've had that happen. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hello, fellas. Fishing with T-Rex here. My PB 7.9. I haven't been lucky enough to get into that 8 zone yet. It'd be nice, though.
Well, you're still in the 7 club. I still have a ways to go. So how's it going, T-Rex?
Oh, it's going good. Just been outside all day with my puppy and doing some stuff around the house. And, it's too damn windy out here in California to go fishing.
Fair enough. So do you have a question for Mr. Berger?
I do, actually. I'm fishing I'm new to tournament fishing. I'm not new to fishing. I'm 51. But I'm new to tournament fishing, and I just started fishing this year the SinCal Elite Bass Series here in California. And this last weekend, we fished all week. We put up anywhere from 12 to 16 pounds. And then tournament day, it was windy. We couldn't even keep the boat still with spot lock. I mean, it was crazy windy. We dropped all the way down to 7.61 pounds on 4 fish. Do you have any recommendations on fishing in the wind?
Oh, we got 2.
Well, that's something that we're dealing with a lot, is wind right now, because we've had it a lot in Ohio here recently. But I think the big thing that you're going to see with wind is that wind moves zooplankton, which moves bait fish, which moves bass. So sometimes you get into an area, or you find an area that, you were catching them on, you were catching 12 to 16 pounds, and then all of a sudden you show up and that's smaller bass for whatever reason. So depending on if you were fishing shallow or if you were fishing deep, I have seen it where literally you will have wind that blows, and it will blow, bait fish to the next point over, or it will blow them up into a pocket. And so sometimes adjusting actually where you are fishing to somewhere that is relatively close, not too far, but where you think everything is kind of pushing into, that can sometimes be what you need to find. Is where are the bass going? Like, where would they have gone? A lot of times, like thinking about it, like literally sitting down for a minute, because in a tournament, like you're just kind of anxious the whole time. You're wanting to catch fish. So if you just sit down for a few minutes and think like logically, like where should these fish be going? Where is the bait going? That can sometimes help you a lot. And then when it comes to windy conditions, a lot of times those are times where you're going to be able to pick up moving baits, spinner baits, jerk baits.
I know.
I'm not sure of that particular body of water that you're talking about, if it's clear water, if it's dirty water, what it looks like. But picking up a moving bait and just covering a lot of water until you catch that first fish, and then you can kind of slow down in the area, because that may be an area where those fish have kind of been blown into, if that makes sense.
All right. Yeah, it does.
So.
Yeah, what we were throwing all week, was completely different than what we used on the weekend, because everything we threw on the weekend or during the week wasn't working. So we swapped it up, and we did some A-rigs and did some drop shotting, and that's where we caught most of the fish, was on drop shotting.
Yeah. What kind of were you fishing off the bank then, like on points or something?
No, yeah, I mean, we were staying about 30 yards off the bank and just cruising along. Water was roughly anywhere from 8 to 28 feet, just given on, what part of the lake we were in. And then where we found them was deeper in the water, where all week they were closer to the shore, within 6 to 8 feet from the shore. We were catching them 20, 30 feet off the shore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a big conditional thing. I mean, I've noticed on a lake here locally that it seems like the biggest bass move up first, and some of the smaller fish will still be in deeper water. So whether that kind of happened to you, maybe the fish actually moved up maybe into some pockets because of the wind or because of the time of the year. Bass fishing, we always like to think that there is a science to it, but I think if you look at some of the best anglers, tournament anglers in the world, they are just mostly efficient at covering water. You look at Jacob Wheeler, you look at Brian Thrift, those guys are going to hit the most high percentage areas throughout a course of a day. And if they can find a little pattern, then they can run it quicker than other guys who maybe get stuck in fishing where they caught them before. So being efficient, like we talked about, picking up those moving baits and just covering a lot of water sometimes can really just help you to locate. Literally, a lot of times it's just catching one fish and realizing maybe it was on a secondary point, maybe it was inside of a pocket, and then running that or gluing down to that area and really picking it apart.
Good.
All right. Yeah, I know I still got a lot to learn for tournament fishing, but it's exciting and fun, and I'll get me a trophy someday. They can't tell me no forever.
Come on, it's coming soon.
That's
It's coming
right.
soon.
I think nobody's practice ever goes how the tournament actually goes. I think that's just the norm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right on.
Well, we only caught four keepers. We caught probably 20, 25 fish, but most of them were not the 13-inch limit that we needed. But it sucks when you catch 4 fish and lose to the guy that takes first place with 2 fish. In his defense, he had one that was 9.10 and another one that was 5.8 or something like that. So, but out of 30 boats, I mean, we finished right in the middle. So, and we were only 2 pounds out of the top 10. So everybody had basically the same day. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't. Looking at it, a lot of times in fisheries, it is a quantity versus quality thing. So obviously, you guys figured out the quantity deal, and maybe he that. Obviously, that was probably maybe the only 2 bites that guy got, but maybe it was just something different. He may have just thrown a big swim bait all day, and that was the only 2 baits he got. Or bites he got. So.
Yeah, I know he said he caught the big one on a swim bait. He showed it to me. It looked like a trout, rainbow trout. And he said he caught it about 50 yards off on a rock pile.
There you go.
All right, T-Rex. I hear you in the back.
All right, well, thanks for answering my questions and giving me a little insight. I really appreciate it. I hope great things in your future. Can't wait to see you stand on the stage somewhere.
I hope. Thank you for
Rick,
calling.
have a good day, brother.
Can't wait to see you stand on the stage.
And
T-Rex.
Rafi, Well, I don't know if they let T-Rexes on the stage because, they might let me walk up there with my broken pole, though. Hey, at least I didn't break a pole this weekend. So I'm going to try to, if I can get a chance, I'm going to try to shoot up to Bass Lake and see Rafi. Just depends on when he's going to leave or whatever, because I'm deep pitting a pig for Easter.
Exciting. Wow. I'll let you two work out the details.
Yeah.
All right,
we'll think about you while we're eating.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. All right.
All right, man. Bye.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Bye. All right, that was T-Rex. Let's go to our next caller. What? Oh. All right, I'm nervous about our next call because I think he's gonna be pissed at me. I recognize the number. All right, before I let you come on the line, I can't tour the Pentagon. So it turns out that my classified G14 clearance isn't going to let my son get into the Pentagon. And I know you don't have G14, which means you can't go to the places I can. And I got his kid or his friend and his friend's mom going. So don't get really mad at me, Marty the party. Let's see what Marty Party wants to say. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah. All right. I hear you.
Uh-huh.
I'm not pissed. I'm disappointed.
Okay.
All right.
That's worse. Like, I remember my dad would tell me he was disappointed. Yep. It's worse than having him mad at you. Here's the thing. I'm coming back. No. I'm coming back.
I can take 5 people at a time, dude. So you just rattled off like you're going to have yourself and 3 other people, and I could have taken all of you.
The problem is I have to be.
Go ahead. Just say you have prior arrangements and you don't have time.
I don't have prior arrangements. Hold on. All right, Marty, I'm going to call you. I've got to call one other person on the ride back from my office. I'm going to call you on the way back, and we can discuss this, and I'll explain this so we don't take up the next 10 minutes having you tell me, having you pour salt into my father wound, and.
All right. So let me say, right, Tyler, I watch your videos all the time. As a matter of fact, you just did the chatterbait, the spinnerbait videos, and I'm right here in Virginia right now. I'm really into doing working with the spinnerbaits and the chatterbaits. Obviously, the spinnerbaits are working really good on the wind blown banks. Mm-hmm. And I think, didn't you just do a video talking about putting beads on a drop shot? Is that true?
Putting beads on a drop shot. That was not me. That was
not you. Okay.
I have heard of that.
I saw someone do it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they're talking about for dirty water, but I was wondering, so, we talk about fishing in different types of water, and obviously where you're from, you get a lot of that river runoff like I do, and it tends to get your water muddy really fast. Yep. Do you believe with finesse fishing, like even maybe with a Ned rig, the drop shot, or even a weightless wacky rig, that just putting a couple of beads on that line above that, your bait, do you think that would help in muddy water? Because I'm encountering that a lot right now.
Yeah, so, I actually, I talked about this in a Ned rig video that I just did recently, but I also just shot a video specifically about muddy water today. It hasn't come out yet. But in that, one of the things that I talked about was that you can still finesse fish in muddy water, right? Because a lot of times, like you're talking about in the spring, we have those lakes that have that runoff, and those lakes get really muddy. And even though they get muddy, you're still dealing with sometimes water temperatures that are in the upper 40s or low 50s, and so sometimes a spinnerbait can do well, sometimes a chatterbait can do well, but if you have a cold front, you're still going to have bass that are in muddier water or dirty water that are just not responding to those moving lures. So, yes, you could do that. You could put a bead. I've heard of beads on the bottom of a drop shot just to give it that noise as you're bringing it along. There are certain lures. You can obviously buy the little I'm trying to think of the name of them, the little things that have beads inside of them that you can kind of stuff in to
Glass rattles.
like glass rattles. You can stuff
Right.
them into like a tube bait or anything like that. But the thing that I have learned is that, we feel like because it's a finesse bait, it's a small bait, that the bass can't hone in on that even in dirty water. And I know that that is untrue. I have caught a lot of fish on just like a black Ned rig when you have water visibility that is less than a foot. And you would think in that situation, there's no way that a bass is going to be able to find this thing because it's dirty water. But a bass is a good predator and it knows its surroundings. The thing with that is that you just have to put it really close to that fish. They may not come from 10 or 15
Right.
foot away, but most of the time they're going to be hugging cover or they're going to be hugging the bottom in that darker that muddy or dirty water. So as long as you put it in front of them, they can find that. I was actually in this video I talked about today. I fished on the James River, which is in Virginia, several times.
Yep.
And I fished there in the middle of summer once, and I was fishing up a creek where the water was muddy. You could see a foot and a half of visibility. I mean, there's parts of that lake or if you go to the Chickahominy, it's that tannic colored water a lot of places, but it's muddy in a lot of those areas. And I was flipping and pitching a jig like you think you would in muddy water. During the tournament, I stopped getting as many bites on the jig. I switched over to a beaver style bait and I started getting bites. But my second day co-angler threw a drop shot with a 4-inch watermelon worm on it. So a very small finesse worm, like no action to this bait, nothing, right? And so we fished through this area that I had been catching them flipping and pitching jigs and soft plastics. And the two biggest fish caught that day were not by me. It was by this guy behind me, the co-angler, who had this watermelon bait. Like there's no way these fish saw this bait. They just felt it, So I don't always think that adding a bead is even necessary. I think that when you get into situations where you have really highly pressured fish, which was the James River that week, or even in colder water, you can add a bead and it will help, especially if you have windy conditions. But if you have really still conditions, even in that mud, most of the time you're going to have to put that bait right in front of that fish anyways. He's going to be able to feel that, whether it's a drop shot, a Ned rig, or a different finesse technique. But yes, long story, whatever. It was long. Yes, you can put beads in something to help, but I don't think it's always even necessary. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got just a couple more things for you.
One more thing.
One is I just did a tournament last week in very muddy water, and we ended up putting 3 fish in a boat towards the end of the day on just a wacky rig in very muddy water, because I figured out the fish were all looking up, trying to see if they could find something. So we put some in the boat with a wacky rig. And then the last thing I want to say is I have my own YouTube channel now. I put out a few videos. I learned a lot from you. I'm going to put out a technique that I saw used by a gentleman up in New England, and I think you might like this. It's that drop dead Ned rig, where they just use a Ned rig as the drop shot weight, on a regular drop shot rig. So, I don't know if you've thought about that or thought about doing a video like that, but for finesse fishing, it was really good up in Maine.
Yeah, it can be really good. There are some states that is illegal in. So that is the one thing that I've noticed, because I have done that before, but there are states where it's actually illegal to do that. So just look up your local state laws. So.
All right,
Marty,
hey,
go grab
thanks,
a pen.
guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. And I'm going to call you, but go grab a pen because I'm about to do something that you're going to want this pen for.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, right. All right, Marty. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. Sorry I disappointed you, Dad. Okay. I meant Marty. Sorry. It's force of habit. Or it's the voice inside my head. I'm not sure which one it is. But, okay. Everybody grab a pen. I got mine. I'm serious. Go grab a pen. Or at least open up your phone. No, you don't need to. Okay. Everyone else just open up your phone and write this down. Ready? What bait am I giving away?
Seeker 6.
I'm going to give everyone a Seeker 6. Where are those damn things? All right. I'm going to give you all a Seeker 6 for free. I'm so confident that these baits are good and that you're going to like it. All you got to do is pay $1 for shipping. That's it. All right. So you're going to text the word Tyler, Tyler. You're going to text it to 833-240-2884. And I'm going to give you a free Seeker 6.
For
That's simple. For $1.
Just got to pay shipping?
No. $1.
Just $1?
Just $1. I want you to try my baits. And
Wow. Do it
and
right
then
now.
and then I'm going to send you a review thing, and I want you to tell me what you think of the bait that you received. It's that
$1.
simple. $1. I mean, the bait retails for $8.49. I just sold a ton of them to Tackle Direct, and they think they're good, but I want to know what you guys think. You can get one of these Seeker 6s for $1. That's it. No shipping, just $1, because I got to the weird thing about technology is I can't process a $0 order. It's the silliest thing. And if I tell you that it's a penny, you're going to tell me it's a scam. So we got to make it $1. It's simple.
True.
It's in the chat. It's down below. It's everywhere. There you go.
That's a
All
good
right.
deal.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
You can't even go to Walmart and get a lure for $1.
No, you can't. No, you
Wow.
can't. All right. And then, of course, I mean, if you're watching this, you know that tomorrow is Free Bait Friday. Tyler, did you know that every Friday we give away a free bait?
I thought I had heard something
Yeah.
about that, but I didn't know for sure. So this is a little bit news to me.
It's great. Okay, we got 2 more calls, and then we're going to, oh my God, you better turn off the line. We got a bunch of calls. All right, because I got to go. I got to go home and pack. I got to get ready to get on a plane and go and spend all my money on college tuition and hope he doesn't drop out of school on me and decide he wants to become,
YouTuber.
yeah, something like that. Let's go to the line. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hello there, Mr. Rick Patrick. Just checking in on you, my man. You know, you are giving away things before I even ask for it. That's why I think you must got some ESP going, man. What's going on? You are thinking like I'm thinking there. God damn, that boy is good. Happy springtime to you. And you got one of the guys on. I told you, man, you bring the best guys on, but they don't talk about their stuff well enough. You know, Tyler is one of those guys that makes it simple for the simple fishing guy who don't fully understand fishing. He didn't tell that about himself. I'm here to tell you about him. You look at his videos. If you don't understand fishing at all, look at a few of his videos, pick up a bait, and figure it out through the video. Trust me, he makes fishing very simple when he explains his video, tells you what the bait does, tells you how to lace the bait up and put it on your line, and fish with it. Now, you don't get no easier than that. Now, I got to tell you, Ty, you are doing a good job showing your stuff, and you can tell by your subscribers that love you that they understand the simple stuff that you're telling them, because that's the stuff that works when it comes to fishing. Now, Rick, you know I got to get on you, but you didn't tell the people about getting on your VIP list. You got to get on Rick's VIP list so he can send you a text to get those deals on Monday and Friday. He sends those deals out on Monday and Friday, and you get a chance to get a deal on the baits and bundles and the stuff that he has on the website. So, of course, he knows I'm the guy that's going to be helping him sell a lot of this stuff throughout the year. I'm already trying to do it right now. So, officially, go to that man's site, check him out, see some of those deals on the site. You'll get a chance to do some stuff and absolutely learn a little bit more about fishing. Now, what Rick didn't tell you, some of the baits that he's doing in some of the boxes, these are just add water baits. That means you figure it out, you look at Ty's video, you figure out how to tie a knot, you put it on a hook, you drop it on a fish's head, and you see a fish eat it. That's how simple some of the fishing can be if you don't fully understand fishing yet.
Do Do you need oxygen right now?
Come on, man. I run on HCO completely. I'm one of those guys who can breathe underwater. So, when I go scuba diving, I don't even need a scuba tank.
Oh my God. That's so funny. Oh my God. All right. Tell me what you're doing.
I am a certified scuba diver. I'm in California. You got to be certified to scuba dive out here. You got to have your license to get your tanks.
What, all right. Well, I mean, I don't know whether I should thank you or ask questions at this point.
Well, at this time, man, all we got to do is figure out how do we need to probably speed up this thing because we do it Monday and Friday. Just think about it. If we get to do this a few times during the week, people are going to be seeing stuff that you're doing every other day, and they go, God damn, what is he doing now? You're going to be switching back into technology. I'm telling you right now, if you were selling those SSD cards in memory for a couple of $100 like they're selling on Amazon right now, we'd be all be millionaires again.
Or for the first time. But all right, well, Mr. Gambit, thank you. Just out of curiosity, where are you going for Easter?
Well, Easter, my family, I told you, my boys, they're already with the kiddos and stuff. So we're doing something at their place. It's an executive apartment. They already rented out the rec room there. They invite, my son's in-laws and stuff, and my family comes over, and we basically go and chill out on Sunday. But tomorrow, guess where I'm going with Baby Mama? Baby Mama's taking me to the Maxwell Joe and Anthony Hamilton concert at the Forum. So I get a chance to see some guys do some R&B singing early in the evening hours. And those guys going to have girls throwing panties up on the stage.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, you have a good time at the show. Enjoy Maxwell.
All right, man. You guys have a good one. Good talking to you, man. I love making you guys smile. Have a good one, guys. Right. Don't worry. When you're ready to do that ad, no math is needed. Just put it on the table, and I'll just speak, and you can talk. And you can just show the bass, and I'll talk.
Next time I need a bathroom break,
care,
we'll
guys.
have Rafi call you, and you can just talk, and I'll run to the bathroom.
I got you, buddy.
All right. Oh, I cut him off by mistake. All right, let's power through these calls. I know who this next guy is, I think. I like to guess these ones, but it's hard to tell. All right, go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey. What's up, Rick? What's up, Ty?
What's
the privilege, man.
What's up?
Oh, nothing, man.
Who is
What's
this?
up, Ty? I'm from Ohio. I'm from Ohio too, man. So, been following you for a while.
Thank you,
Greg. Who is this?
You said my name.
I know. Well, do you want to tell Ty instead of me?
Oh yeah, my last name's Whitaker, Ty.
Okay, how's it going?
Good, man. Good. Just started. We had our first tournament last week on Tappan Lake. Are you familiar with Tappan?
I am. I've actually only fished there once, but I do know the lake you're talking about.
Gotcha. Our next one is May 1st at Piedmont Lake.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
Yeah, pretty stoked, man.
That Piedmont. I think the only thing I know about Piedmont, I've never been out that way, is that I think it has one of the biggest flathead catfish from Ohio. Maybe it has a state record in it. That's about all I know.
Yeah. The biggest flathead was caught there, and the second biggest muskie in Ohio was caught there.
Okay. Yeah, I have not. I've not fished out that way a whole lot, but man, it's Ohio fishing. I know that. I think I want to say Hunter. I want to say Hunter Shyrock has fished around Tappan a lot, if I recall.
Yeah. I've actually chatted with him a few times. That's his home lake, Tappan.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
He's on the elite series now, of course. But
yeah,
it was. There was 4 fish 2 weeks ago at Tappan, turned in over 6 pounds.
Wow, that's crazy. I actually heard that Portage Lakes has been kicking out some big ones too. So, and big ones, you know, because there's some Portage. California people on here. We big ones we classify as about anything over 5 pounds. So there was a lot of 5 and 6s caught out of Portage in the big bass tournament there, which is pretty impressive. So.
Yeah, the tournament they caught them in, the lake was still down 5 feet. Muskingum watershed. They were pumping water out of the houses and didn't shut it off when it needed to be. So the lake was super low. It's getting back to normal now, though.
Well, good deal. Good deal.
It's good talking to you, man. I watch all your videos, and
well, I appreciate
Rick, you
that.
sent me a code yesterday.
Right on.
I think there's like a time lapse here.
Yeah, that happens a lot. We have that's Fix's fault. So he needs to get us some better coverage so that we don't have that problem. But I'm working with
Hey,
amateurs.
Rick, I went to use that code yesterday, and it I don't know if it like timed out on me or I'm not sure.
What did you put in the cart?
2 shirts and a hat.
And I know the code because I made it when I was riding Rafi's car. It says it's are you using your 1987 at Gmail email?
Yeah, I think I know what I did. I did put some Monster Bass EWG hooks in there.
No, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you use the right email address, it's good on.
Okay.
It's good for anything but a subscription box. Yeah, Rafi and I are both looking at it, so it still should work.
That's the WIT 4469 email?
No, 1980. 1987.
No.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I tied it to your email. It says Greg Whitaker, 1987.
That's my date of birth. That's not my email.
Well, then you've entered. All right. All right. What's your email address?
WHITT4469 at Gmail.
All right. Hold on. All right. We're going to hang up on you and try it now.
All right. Hey, Ty, it's a privilege, man. I'll catch you in the comments of your next video, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you calling in.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Rick, Ralphie, everybody, have a good night.
All right, you too. All right, we got 2 more. 2 more. We didn't even open the bag and talk about the baits. It was. I blame Mr. Gambit.
It's always someone to blame.
Yeah, as long as it's not my fault, I don't care. All right, let's go to Pittston, Pennsylvania. Go ahead, caller. What's your PB?
Hey, Rick, it's Joe from Northeast PA. It's 7 pounds, 3 ounces.
There you go, Joe. How's it going, man?
Good. I have to call in. You put in the Thunderhawk hybrid drop diver. Man,
okay.
what a lure. Oh, my God. The water, like Ty was saying, the water was muddy yesterday. I just figured I'd take a couple casts. I ended up spending 3 hours at my hot spot, and it was just cast after cast. I mean, I ordered 5 more packs actually this morning for you guys. And it's amazing how muddy the water was, but yet this was a dark lure and how bass were just coming right to the shore and hammer. So I have to call in and just say what a great product. And I ordered more. And like Ty said, with the muddy water, man, it was amazing. I was at an inlet too. So it seemed like they were all waiting for food and they just hammered it. Like I said, cast after cast. Caught between 20 and 25 bass within a couple hours. I just calling in to thank you for putting that in there, man. What a great day.
Glad you got him.
I just wanted to call in. What's that? I'm sorry.
I'm glad it worked out.
Oh man, I'm like, and again, I joined for a full year. If anybody doesn't join for a full year, they have to. The staff is amazing.
Thank you.
I talked to Brittany, or I think it's Brittany and Jen, all of them. They help you out. It's awesome. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait. Now I got all my stuff ready for tomorrow. I'm going to go up and hit my hot spot again and spend the day. So again, thank you for putting that in the bag. And man, what a great product! And they're durable too. All those fish I caught on one, and it never ripped, never teared, never fell apart, nothing. So thanks for putting it in, Rick. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thank you for calling in and taking the time to share that with us. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You guys have a great weekend, and maybe we'll see you next week. Talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
See ya.
Yep, take care. Bye-bye.
I love when people do that. Here, I'd like to invite this guy on. Why? So, I mean, look, Kalen, if there's a problem, all you gotta do is reach out to me. It's pretty obvious. I'll solve the problem. If for whatever reason the warehouse, which by the way I don't own, I contract with the warehouse. If they made a mistake twice, contact my support team. I promise they'll fix it. And if we sent you the same thing again a second time and it still is the wrong thing, I'll send you a third shipment. And look, you can keep all the other stuff. I apologize for the inconvenience. Mistakes happen. But if you just want to come on my show and tell me I suck, why? I think there's a better approach. Just tell me you got a problem and I'll fix it. Literally, I'll fix any problem to the best of my ability, the same way that I would expect my own problem solved by another company. I know my customer service is top notch. I stand by them because they do the best job possible. This company is founded on having the best customer service. Mistakes are going to happen. But if you just want to come on my show and tell me that we suck, look, just tell me you got a problem and I'll fix it. So here's my promise to you. I'm going to go look up your number and I'm going to call you on my drive home because, I suck. And I'm going to ask you about the problem, find out what it is, and I'll make it right. There you go. It's that simple. All right. Sorry about that little rant. Let's go to Plainview, Texas. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Plainview, Texas.
Texas.
All right. Everything's better in Texas.
Hello?
Hold on. Go ahead, caller.
Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. How's it going?
Oh, man, I didn't even think I was going to get picked, man. I don't even know what to say now.
No, but, say
I just
something.
want to start off by saying I started pond fishing about a year ago. First video, I looked up best pond lures to use in a pond, Tyler's Click. Been watching them ever since. I love this guy, man. He's probably the best. If it's not him that I'm watching, it's either Kicking Their Bass, but it's mostly him. And man, just the information he gives out is great, man.
Hey, I really appreciate that. That was that's super nice of you to say. I'm hoping to do a little bit more pond content, bank fishing content throughout the year this year. Just waiting for Ohio to continue to warm up, but I really appreciate that. I try to put out the best of anything that I do, whether it's lake, pond, whatever it may be. So I do appreciate the kind words.
Yes, sir. And then also I want to say the story how I caught my PB, man. I was just at the pond. I didn't even think there was bass in there, but I just like throwing my lures out there. And one night I was just throwing a swim jig around, bluegill swim jig by Strike King, and I ended up backlashing, and I'm really in my backlash. Just right as it's getting to the shore, man, a donkey hits me, man. It ended up being I didn't have a scale on me, but I'm guessing it was a pre-spawn bass. So I'm guessing those 7 to 8 pounds.
Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome. I tell you what, something I don't get
Yes,
to
sir.
pond, I don't get to bank fish as much as I used to, but one of my favorite things to do was you get a lot of those hits right there on the shoreline, like right when you're about to bring your lure out, because so many guys are casting kind of outwards and bringing their bait in. And I remember catching so many frog fish and stuff right when you're about to pick that bait out of the water and just poosh. So that's fun, especially if it's a 7
Oh
or 8
yeah, and
pound.
it was like, man, it just
it's a feeling I could never explain, man. It's just man.
That's why we all do it. That feeling right there, you get.
Yes, sir. And yeah, just man, I hopped on here hoping I would get on here, man. Thank God I did.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you jumping on. Appreciate you talking to us.
Yes, sir. And like I said, I appreciate the videos you put out, sir. It's helped me out a lot, and I appreciate you a lot, Tyler.
Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. A lot of appreciation going on.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for calling in, man.
Yes, sir. And then, like I said, that number you had said to text with the Tyler, I did that. I paid my $1, so I'm just waiting for it to get shipped.
Amazing. Awesome. It'll get shipped after Easter because warehouse is closed tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine, sir.
It's only $1. Or I mean, so.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for calling in, man. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
All right. Bye. Well, that was nice.
Yeah.
So it looks like, All right, Kaylin. I'm gonna digress for a minute, Tyler, if you don't mind. So Kaylin, so I see you. Yeah. You ordered a $4.99 pack of Z-Man Zinkers, and I guess they sent you the wrong color. However, the SKU that you ordered clearly is on the website. It says that this is a miscellaneous color, and it's not. I mean, I'm looking at it right now on the product page. I mean, we identified this as a miscellaneous color, so I'm not sure how we could send you the wrong color. I'm going to go in and just refund you the $4.99. Actually, you know what? Bethany, if you're watching, and I know you are, could you just go refund his $4.99 if we haven't already done it? See, there you go. Problem solved. And you got 2 packs of baits. It seems like a win-win to me. There you go. Merry Christmas. All right. I think we have one more caller. Oh, I wondered where he's been. All right. So Tyler, this next caller is no stranger to the show.
Okay.
He's called in 59 times.
Wow.
I'm going to go with he just finished dinner. And I'm really excited to find out what his mom made. Let's give a big, warm welcome to Jennifer Brown. Go ahead, Jennifer. You're on the air.
Hello.
What's going on? How are you?
Nothing much. How are you?
You tell me. Fishing the Southeast is here on the show.
Well, been just doing fishing and bait making, and that's about it. Making boats, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Boats?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Tyler, thank you for your awesome videos. You've really, pretty much taken YouTube by storm with your videos and all your how-to stuff, and it's been awesome. I've really enjoyed watching your videos and how you do the whole thing. It's really, really cool. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Tyler,
and I'm also excited for the stuff you're going to do with Monster Bass.
Absolutely. I think we got a video out already, got a couple more coming, and it'll be fun.
Yep.
What's it like, Tyler, having all these random people just call in and just like singing your praises? It's got to make you feel. It's got to make you feel good knowing that your content is pretty good stuff.
Well, it is super nice to hear that. Like whenever I make a video, I worry a lot. I feel like I'm nervous every time I put something out. Like, how are people going to respond? Like, I just try to put out what I've experienced and what's helped me to catch fish, and I try to do it in an entertaining / engaging way where it's not boring. So, like that's all it is at the end of the day. So, I really do appreciate it. I try to make it a little bit different. I feel like I spend a lot of time behind the computer nowadays trying to make it right so that it sounds good and everything. But, I do really appreciate the kind words that we've had, just on the channel from a couple guys, including yourself here. So thank you.
Did you have a question for him, Brandon?
Yes, I actually do. I've got 2 of them for him.
Okay.
So, Tyler, what is one bait or one master in 2022?
Can you say that again? It broke up for a quick second.
Oh, sorry. What is one bait or technique that you would like to master in 2021?
Actually, I just thought about this, and it is actually derived from watching so much Bassmaster Live on Chickamauga, but it's the glide bait. Like I am from Ohio, so there's not a lot of glide bait water. But you can still learn a lot by just keeping it locked in your hand. And so I have done it, and I have caught fish on glide baits, but to master something, like I'm going to never say I'm going to master, but to just gain as much knowledge from it, like that's something that I've tried to spend some time just recently kind of looking over, because I really would like to do that a lot more. It just looks like fun. I mean, you watch Jacobson do it around all the cover, and that's typically how I have caught fish doing it, is kind of shallow, almost fishing like a spinner bait, almost like you would a spinner bait. So that's one that I would want to master. It just, I know it takes time, like it's a lot of time throwing a bait like that to really just gain little things. Like something I noticed about Carl is just how slow he was fishing that bait. I don't know if you happen to watch it on Bassmaster Live, but he would twitch it and it would shoot off to the side, and they had a lot of great footage. And then he'd twitch again. And I mean, it was slow. It was bam again. I mean, so slow. And the water was starting to creep up to where they were starting to spawn. He was targeting those pre-spawners. So I'm guessing with that slower cadence is what was helping him to get some of those bites. So just that's a big thing with glide baits, is cadences, stopping it, pausing it, getting it to turn around. So that is something I would love to master. I would love to figure out more about and just do it more. So
yeah, one good size for smallmouth, or at least is good for smallmouth that I've heard. I know it works for largemouth, is iSlide 135. It's a really, really good one. So I know it works for largemouth, but I'm not sure about smallmouth. I've heard guys say it's great for those. So that's one worth checking out, definitely.
Yeah. And what's your last question?
It is, will you ever try for the elites again?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you caught the beginning of the show here, but we kind of talked a little bit about that. That's
no, I did not.
That's still my kind of my dream. Like YouTube and content creation. I really love it, and I'm going to continue to do that forever. Like that's what I just want to do. But to make it to the Elite Series, to document that stuff, like that is, man, that would be really, really awesome. So I'm hoping to shoot to start fishing the opens again, and hopefully next year. And be able to do that. So that's the goal. So if you follow the channel, hopefully you'll be able to watch all that. So
yeah, I hope you make it. The opens are probably, in my opinion, they're the toughest tournaments to get through, and because there's got a lot of really, really good anglers there, and there's a lot of them too. So yeah,
the numbers thing, dealing with 225 boats out there, that's a lot of pressure on the fish, and it changes fish. So people don't always understand that. So, but man, I really appreciate you calling in and following along.
Yep. Thank you. All right. So you guys have a wonderful night.
You too, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're not going to give me any kind of update?
On what?
What'd your mom make for dinner tonight?
Oh. So we actually just had steak and potatoes and salad.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was a pretty good dinner.
Good stuff.
And then we're having ham for Easter. So if you want to come down,
your mom's,
just come on down.
You do realize I'll be in on the East Coast from the 18th from the 5th.
Oh yeah.
What's tomorrow? The 15th? Yeah, the 15th to the 23rd. I'm going from DC to Atlanta.
Well, I mean, if you want to stop by?
Nah, I can't.
I
don't want to. I don't want to disappoint you too. So, anyway, thanks, man. I hope you have a happy Easter. Thanks as always for watching and calling in, and really appreciate you and your support.
Same to you.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. You guys have a great night.
All right. Bye.
You too.
All right. We have gone through all the questions. I kept you 24 minutes longer than I said I would. Well,
that's all right.
It's pretty amazing. Let's give away we'll do the golden tickets first. I just want to say thank you, man. I want to say thank you for being on the show. I want to say thank you for your involvement and participation and support of the brand. And, I look forward to growing this relationship with you and seeing how it flourishes, for both of us over the next, few years. And can't wait to watch the journey and see what's in store for you as you're, the next steps towards the elites.
No, I appreciate it. You guys have been awesome, and something that I really like about Monster Bass is that you guys, like, your goal. When I remember talking to Rafi, like, your goal is to help make better anglers. Like, that is it. Some people are just trying to send you a box of lures. You're trying to create a better angler, and that's exactly what I try to do on my channel. So when I heard you guys are doing that, that's your goal. Like, that's why I wanted to jump on board. Like, you're trying to create a better angler at the end of the day. And that's what it's all about, is just learning and experiencing and having fun doing it. So I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on tonight. It's been awesome.
I appreciate you. I hope you and your family have a happy Easter. And I look forward to chatting with you again sometime soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate it.
Take care.
See y'all.
Bye. What a nice guy. Now, if you guys, if you got this month's box, whether it's your first time or your 500th time tying the Carolina rig, you want to watch a video with Ty? He made the video, and it's not going to be the last time he'll be making videos because, like he said, our goal is to try and help you guys catch more fish, become better anglers, more versatile. And whether you're new or you're a beginner, we've got tips and tricks for just about everyone. And so let's just also clear up some things. Just because it says the Carolina rig doesn't mean it's a Carolina rig box. I mean, there's 5 other lessons. It's still the same great box of baits. We're just going to teach you a few different things every month. And next month is going to be great. You're going to love this one. There's some really good baits in the drop shot box. But there's some killer topwater baits too, because let's face it, it's getting there. It's getting there. And next month you're gonna have the Sexy Dog and Sexy Dog Juniors are gonna be in the box. We've got some drop shot tungsten. I'm hooking you guys up all year long. You're gonna get tungsten all the time. We're gonna make sure all the pieces work together. Gonna make sure that we give you a jig. We're gonna make sure we give you the right baits. We make sure that we send you the baits. They're going to be the right time of year, and hopefully you're going to love them. And, I hope that it's something that gives you a lot of joy, a lot of pleasure. And we're going to also be bringing you a lot more things that are going to help to get you involved with us, because we want to have a lot of fun in the process, right? Because let's face it, fishing is fun. We want to teach you a few things, but we want to have fun. And I'm just finalizing the next tournament we're going to be offering. We're going to give you guys all free access to month-long tournaments. Forget the year stuff. It's going to be a month. And month-long tournaments that you can participate in free as a Monster Bass subscriber. And, if you're part of the general public, play a couple bucks, but hey, it's worth it. It's a lot of fun. All right. I'm going to give you the last 2 golden ticket numbers. C8267V1740 and D259-3C4191. I want to say thank you guys that are still here. I want to say thank you to Rafi and thank you to Fixie for putting on a great show, and thank you to Bethany for, providing great customer service as she always does, and so does the rest of the team. So thank you to them. I hope everyone out there in the Monster Bass family, if you celebrate Easter, I hope you're having a great Easter or a happy Easter Sunday, and hopefully you're all eating something really yummy. I'll probably be ordering room service if I know myself. Actually, no, that's not true. I think I have a reservation somewhere in D.C. Although, we'll see. I'm sure I'll disappoint Marty 1 or 2 other times today. So I'm going to give him a call. And to Jason Emery, I saw your comment. I agree. I think we need to do a meetup somewhere around that central area so that Burley, Paul, Gramps, Ty, you, a whole bunch of people. We can all get together. I think that's a really good central location. I don't know. I still think we should go fish St. Clair because I think it'd be great. But I don't know how far that is, but I feel like it's close enough. So anyway, thinking, did I forget anything? Easter, free bait Friday. I set up the thing. It's a free bait, and it's a new bait for 2022. It's not, I have the exclusive on it. It's not even on their website yet because they're not dropping it until, I can't remember. They're not dropping it until June 1 on their website and on Tackle Warehouse in June. I have them. I got like 20,000 of these things, all 6 colors. And it's free bait Friday, so you can get one tomorrow. So make sure you're on the lookout for it. And that's it. Let's call it a day. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Head over to Burley's channel. Blow up his chat. Tell him you're coming in from the show and tell him we said hi. Thanks a lot and have a happy Easter.